Hey everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Vanessa and I'm going to be your consultant. So sit back, grab a cold drink, and get ready to learn some fun, easy recipes. So I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I have two recipes, hopefully I don't forget the second one, that I'm going to be doing today. And the first one is called the summer pesto pasta. So this is one of my absolute favorite ones that I love to do during the summer. You can make it in the winter too, but when you have it in the summer, you have your fresh garden with the basil, and you can use some other goodies from in there too. So it makes it a very, very easy dish that you can make. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is our quick cooker. So I'm going to move this over here just a teeny little bit, and just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on this, and then after I get the food started, I'm going to tell you about myself and answer any questions that you may have and all of that fun stuff. So our quick cooker, this is our big kahuna. So if you are a person who is always pressed on time, or you're wondering what to make, or maybe you run out of the house in the morning and you forget to pull your meat out of the freezer, this has got your back. So it's a pressure cooker. It has 16 different settings, and to be honest with you, I was a little bit afraid of it when it came out because it had all these buttons and stuff, but seriously, they're all labeled. So you can do lots of different things like sear, you can do your rices and your pastas, you can use that as a slow cooker. So get this and just get rid of your slow cooker, right? Just save space. You can also do your chicken and poultry, beef and pork, seafood, soup, stocks, chilies, different things like that. You can even make a cake in here, and cheesecake and yogurt and all these crazy things. So it is going to cook your food about 70% faster than other conventional ways of cooking. So like I said, if you're pressed for time, throw it in there. It's going to be done in a super jiff. And because it's cooking your food so quickly, it's also going to retain most of the nutrients in it too. So it's a healthier way to cook, saves you time, saves you energy. You just throw it all in. Kids can help too. It's a win-win-win all the way around. So I'm going to just take this off, and this kind of reminds me of like an R2-D2. If you are a Star Wars fan, makes those little sounds just like he does. So I'm going to take that off, and because I have such a small kitchen, I store everything inside here. So when you buy this set, it comes with this ceramic pot, and it comes with a tripod or trivet or whatever you want to call this. You can actually cook extra things inside here. So I make a salsa chicken, I do the salsa in the bottom, and then I put this down and put my rice and water and cook it in here. So everything's in one pan. So how fantastic is that, right? So this inner pot is dishwasher safe. And also, I did not pull them out to show you, but our stretch fit silicone lids fit right over top of this. So say you cook in here and you don't want to transfer it to another dish or anything, just put one of those stretch fit lids on, throw it in the fridge, and you are good to go. So very, very easy with that. But this part's dishwasher safe, this part obviously not, okay? Electronics, bad. So what we're going to do to start this recipe off, I'll come back to, let me get this preheated. What we're going to do is I just have, and you can take notes, but you really won't need to, 1 box of pasta. I like the bow ties because I just think they're fun. And they're kind of fancy, right? So sometimes you just have to glam up dinner. So we're going to pour 1 box of this inside here. And then we're just going to take a box of chicken broth. So you can either use this 32-ounce box, or you can even just get 3 of the cans, but I always find that this is more cost effective. Guys, I load up when it's on sale. It's a crazy addiction. I have usually tons and tons and tons of chicken broth and pasta in my cupboards, just because we always use it. It never goes bad. So just gonna pour this right inside there. Are you with me so far? Super easy peasy. Broth and a box of pasta. So I'll just throw that there. And that is it for that part. So I'm going to strap this lid on here. Now, when you put this on here, and I know it's hard to see, actually let me show you. So when you look at it like this, it's got the button and it's got the vent valve. And what they are is you need to have the icons, and I know it's hard to see in the video, but they look like steam or little clouds. So you need to make sure that they are facing the same direction. If they are not facing the same direction, and your the vent valve has to be pressed completely down. If it's not, it's never going to come to pressure, and it's never going to cook your food. So you totally need to do that. So this also has a custom setting too, which is fantastic, because if you go on to Pinterest, I know we've probably got a lot of Pinterest folks on here. If you go on to Pinterest and you find these recipes, a lot of the times I'll just tell you to do a custom setting and set it for a certain time. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to press custom. Oh, let me show you this first. So if I was just doing, say, like salsa chicken or something, you seriously just turn the dial. Just turn it until chicken lights up right here. And it might be hard to see. It says 15 minutes. It's actually going to take a little longer than that because it needs to come to pressure. So the actual cooking time itself, once it comes to pressure, is going to be 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to clear out of this, and I'm going to press custom, and then you can set your time. But when you set custom, and you had those full bars there, that's the pressure level that you want it to be at. So different foods require different pressure levels. We want this to be at high. So we're just going to leave it at that. But 30 minutes is just going to be too long for this recipe, right? Or else you could just boil the noodles yourself and make a mess and do all that. But we're going to just press the time button and then arrow down to 8 minutes. Guys, I can't tell you the last time that I had boiled water. I don't ever do it on top of my stove. I do it in the microwave, or I do it in my quick cooker. Way easier. I don't make a mess because it always boils over. I have a hard time paying attention. It's a hot mess over here, okay? So you can see that it is building up pressure because this little rectangle is going round and round in circles, okay? So when that starts happening, it's going to kick on to 15, and it's going to start counting down. So maybe you're thinking, oh, well, that sounds all great and everything, but like in the evenings I have to run out, grab kids, come back, do all of that. Listen, it's got a keep warm setting. So after it's done cooking, it's going to automatically shift down to keep warm, and you don't even need to worry about it. One night, because what I do sometimes is I'll cook dinner for tonight plus dinner for tomorrow night on the same night when I know that I'm going to be super duper busy. So it was one of those nights, and I had something cooking in there, and I totally forgot until I got up to go to bed. And I'm like, oh, it was on keep warm for 3.5 hours, but it was still great. It did not burn anything. It was good to go. I just strapped that silicone lid on, threw it in the fridge, and we were all set for the next night. So you have that too. So if you have to leave the house, you're totally fine. Okay, so we have that going. Next, what we're gonna do is get our chicken grilled up, because you don't need to make a chicken for on top of this, but gosh, it just tastes so much better. You could also use shrimp or some other grilled thing that's delicious, but we're gonna use the chicken tonight. I have the double burner grill pan warming up here. You always wanna make sure that you have both the burners set at the same temperature, okay? Otherwise it might warp and do funky things, because you don't want any of that to happen. So our double burner grill pan, this is absolutely one of my most favorite products. Actually, all of them that I'm showing you today are. So you can see the inside there. It is so high class. Number one, you will never ever find me grilling outside because it's dangerous for me. I burn off my eyebrows, my arm hairs. I have almost caught the house on fire. Bad things happen. There's always bugs and weather and everything else. So I always grill on top of my stove, and I don't have any of that. I don't have to move food back and forth, and it looks just like I have slaved away the grill, but we all know that that's not going to happen. Okay, so you can use this on top of the stove like I have it today. You can also use it in the oven. So you can even be creative with one-pan meals. You can grill up your veggies and your meats, maybe cook them to finish inside your oven, or you can even do a cake or a lasagna. Oh my goodness, the list goes on and on and on, right? So let's get our chicken ready to go on there, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So the grill pan is guaranteed for life. So if you ever have anything funky that happens to it, it is going to, you just send it back to the company, they send you a new one, you are good to go. It's dishwasher safe. You can even use metal. So if you have somebody in your house who sometimes forgets the rules, we all have those, right? This pan is good for them, no worries. Now you might look at the price tag and go, oh my goodness, that's a little bit too expensive. Got a couple things for you. Number one, our host and new consultant rewards are fantastic. So as a host, You can either get a 60% off item every month, and that changes, so you just never know what it's going to be. But you can always earn up to 5 half-priced items, or you can get them for free with your free dollars that you've earned from hosting. Consultants always get extra benefits too. That one came to me for free. How exciting, right? I just lost my train of thought. I don't remember. So you can get that, but it is super one of my most favorite products. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we are going to use our chicken and we're going to put it in a close-in cut, because this wood grill, I always buy the chicken by the bulk, and it's always real big. Sometimes I go to the farmer's market or whatever you call it, and they sell it. The chicken breasts are like this big. And you're like, how in the world is my family going to eat that? But what we're going to use today is the close-in cut set. So this is one of my other favorite things. It is spring-loaded on the top and the bottom, so anything that you put in there, it's going to kind of mush so that you can fit it in nicely. Okay, so you can use this for your cherry tomatoes, you can use it for grapes, bagels. We're going to use it for chicken breasts today. So say you want to be fancy, instead of slicing your chicken breast all the way through, maybe you want to butterfly it and then pound it down and roll it up with something amazing on the inside. Can totally do that too. So we're just going to put this right inside there and just jam it shut. And you want to use a knife that is 7 inches long or longer. So this is the chef's knife. In this set, it is in blue. I just have the older one. It's okay. So we're just going to slice this right in half here. So say you go to the farmer's market and you get those really, really big ones like I was telling you about, and they're way, way too big. You can actually go through them and make them into quarters rather than in half. But it's just going to slice it right like that. How fantastical is that, right? So you're probably thinking, what are the benefits of closing and cutting my chicken? So first of all, it's going to freeze faster. Second of all, it's going to cook faster, and it's going to thaw faster. So it's a win, win, win all the way around. I'm always a nervous wreck about my chicken because I'm like, what in the world? What if it's not cooked all the way through? The outside's tough, maybe rubbery. This is going to give you a more even cook. So you will be so, so happy. This is on my list of must-have things. So I'm just going to do 2 chicken breasts here. Oh, by the way, the tongs, fantastical. So when you hold them like that and squeeze, the button drops and they open. So when you hold them like that and squeeze, it drops and they close. So if you have a small kitchen, again, like I do, storage is of the essence. You want them to be easy to keep closed. So I'm just going to pull these off here. So I am curious if you guys have anything else that you would use this for. Like I said, absolutely one of my must-have things. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so. And you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she's not cutting any of that fat off. You're going to see why later. I always work smarter, not harder, so I'm going to give you some tips. So what we're going to do here, just going to lay this out. And those of you who are familiar with my videos, you know that I never ever touch raw meat, so I use tongs for everything. So I'll have a pair for when I'm cooking and a pair for the pre. This is our kitchen spritzer. You can fill it with any kind of oil that suits your fancy. I think I just have regular like olive oil or something in here. But you just pump, pump, pump until it builds resistance and it creates an aerosol out of whatever you have in here. So it's fantastic because you're going to save a lot of money. I don't know what a can of Pam costs these days, $3, $4, maybe $5. I'm not sure. This is going to be way, way cheaper for you because you can get a big bottle for way cheaper. And when you fill it up to the line here, it's going to take you forever to go down. Okay. I have one gal that told me she doesn't cook, but she has one of them. She fills it up with vinegar and she uses it for cleaning. So if you're not a cook, you can do that. I've been trying to figure out how to make spray starch because I love to iron. I'm a weirdo, right? So if you have a spray starch recipe, I have not found one yet, but I would love to have it. So we're just going to spray the rest here. You can even do your salad dressings in here too. So if you're watching your intake, maybe you're on Weight Watchers or something, this is a great way. And when you can put your oil, vinegar, whatever in there, just spritz it. It's going to give a really nice light spray. So I'm just going to bring this over here quick. I put it on the big tray so it'd be easier to maneuver. I'm just going to put it onto the grill pan. Now, you notice I did not spray the pan at all. I just lightly spritz my chicken. And what happens when you put it on here, it is going to suction fast. Let me just put it down there. Okay. So it suctions fast. So when you put it on there, it's going to go like that. And after about 4-ish minutes, it's going to self-release. So if you're a person like me and you have a hard time paying attention, it's not a problem. You just turn around and you're like, still looks good. Time for a flip. So that's all you have to do with that. So I'm going to move this aside. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to switch gears for just a second. Because before I make the pesto, I have a special treat that we're going to do. So I'm hoping that it works out because I kind of switched this up a little bit. So this is our quick-sickle maker. If you love desserts as much as I do, and especially popsicles, you need to check this out. So this is a quick-sickle maker. I've had it in my freezer. And you can make any kind of pops that you like. So I have some vanilla pudding here that I made. Now, the other night I tried making it. Well, I didn't try. I did make it. And I put it in here as soon as I whisked it up. And it still worked. It just took a teeny bit longer. But the first one's had a weirder consistency. So this one I made a little bit ahead. So even if you have some pudding in your cupboard, or even maybe you made some and nobody's eaten it yet, which I have a hard time believing that would happen. I love pudding. You can just dump it in here and away you go, right? So let me put my sticks in here. So I have been making all sorts of different kinds of pops. I have made watermelon pops. Oh my gosh, actually I think I've been making those all the time. Watermelon yogurt pops, they are so delicious. They're healthy. You just use Greek yogurt, a little bit of lemon, and pureed watermelon. That's it. It's so easy, and especially, you know, whenever you get one of those huge watermelons, you have so much left over and people are sick of eating it, that's a great way to be refreshing, plus it's healthier for you too. So I just filled it up. Now, you're not going to believe this, 9 minutes in the freezer. That's it. And I will set my timer for this so you can believe me. Okay, so I have my timer set for that so that you can believe me that it actually only takes that long. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make our pesto, because I told you we were making summer pesto pasta. So this is our manual food processor. This is going to be our power horse. I thought I just had something hanging off of here. This is going to be our power horse for this today. And we're going to put our pesto in there. So I grow fresh pesto. If you don't, you totally need to get on the bandwagon. Go to the grocery store, grab one from the produce aisle. It's in a little baggy thing. You can do it in your windowsill. You can do it in the garden. You can do it wherever. I've got like 7 basil plants. So what I did was I picked them, and then I brought it in, put it in my salad spinner, because you really have to make sure that your basil is dry. Otherwise, it'll bruise, look ugly, and you just won't really be happy with that. So give it a really, really great spin. Let me just show you how this works quick. I'm just going to pump, pump, pump. My kids used to love doing this when they were smaller because it was a lot of fun. Plus, it has the break. So when you get really zipping around with your greens, you just give it a stop and it's all done, okay? So I rinse everything. So if you grow your own lettuce, you know how gross it gets. It has dirt, it has bugs, it has everything else. So send it through a few times, right? So basil has so many different benefits to it. And I was reading up and I thought, oh my word, like most people probably don't know any of this. So it has lots of different properties to help you for whatever ails you, it seems. So it has anti-inflammatory properties. So maybe you have irritable bowel syndrome. Nobody ever wants to talk about that. But if you do, start hyping up on your basil. It's also great for cardiovascular health. It has antioxidants in. It can also treat acne and psoriasis. Who knew, right? So lots of different benefits. Plus, it smells amazing. It's going to give a real pop to your food. So we're just going to put it in the manual food processor. This works just the same as the So if you didn't want to, I should have pulled some out. So another thing that you can do to slice up your basil is called chiffonade, where you roll it really, really tight and just slice it down through. So you could do that too if you don't want to use a manual food processor. And chiffonade is called that because it means ribbons. So when you do that, you have long, beautiful pieces of basil. We're just going to chop this up. Now, I'm going to post the recipe for you later. You're going to see that I changed it up a little bit. You could put walnuts or pine nuts in. I don't like that. So we're going nut-free. Especially if you have an allergy, you don't want to do that. So I also have some oil here. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in there. I'm not measuring, so see how it goes down. Let's put some, give us another couple shots here. Okay. All right, and actually what I did was I already grated some cheese, okay? I always buy cheese like by the wedge or by the block because it's just gonna taste so much better. It's fresher. It's going to not clump and do weird things. And especially Parmesan cheese. Please don't tell me that you're getting the shaker cheese because they are allowed so many amounts of filler in there. The filler can be sawdust, it can be cellulose, it can be gross stuff like that. So stay away from that. Let me just flip this. It looks like it's about ready to flip. Check that out. Beautiful, right? I could call myself master of the grill, and we all know it's only inside. Okay, give this one a flip. Okay. So, this is our microplane fine adjustable grater. So this works really great for your hard cheeses like your Parmesans, Romanos, different things like that. It also works fantastic as a zester. So if you're putting lots of orange zest or lemon or lime, you have a great big surface to work on. You can also use it for ginger or even chocolate. So I'm sure I reached somebody with that last one, right? So you're probably thinking, I can't hurt myself, I don't want to, right? So it actually has this food holder that you put on there. So anytime that you're working with small things, put it right inside there and you won't get hurt. So it's the same with any Pampered Chef products that are sharp. Always use the safety guard, okay? So you can do it like an easel, you can pretend you're at Olive Garden and do it flat and over top of your food. We like to do that sometimes in our family. So I'm just going to put that aside. Now this calls for 8 ounces. Guys, if you're doing anything with cheese or chocolate, you measure that with your heart, right? Okay? So we're just going to say 8 ounces, 8 tablespoons. I don't know. Doesn't really matter because I'm not measuring it anyways, right? So I'm just going to throw some in here. I'm just going to give it a good mix. So I am so excited to hear what is on everybody's wish list. We've got some fantastic specials and awesome products that I hope that you are loving. One more thing before this is done, and oh my goodness, we have 3 more minutes on the pasta, so things are working out great. I've got our garlic press. I've got stickies on here because I'm going to come back to these in a little bit. But I've got this garlic press. So maybe you're thinking, I only buy garlic in the jar or already cut up. Guys, buy the fresh. So garlic also has so many healthy properties to it. Other than keeping away vampires, it has some antibiotic materials in it too. So if you are somebody who's prone to maybe getting sick all the time, maybe you're a teacher or you're just around people maybe in the medical field, load up on garlic. It'll be awesome. Okay, so the way that you buy it is you want to buy it like men's underwear, white and tight. So you want the skin to be nice and tight on here. This is called a bulb. These individual pieces are called the cloves. So you're going to get about 12, 14, maybe 16 cloves out of it. The reason why I say that is not because I think you're dumb. It's because when I first got my garlic press, I did not know that there was a difference between those two things. So the pizza I was making called for 2 cloves of garlic. And after I had put in this whole thing, I went to start the second one, and I'm like, that seems like an awful lot. You're not alone, okay? I like to say I'm pampered, not perfect. So when you're using the garlic press, you don't even need to peel the garlic. You just throw it in there. You just squeeze it right on top. That's it. So it does come with a little brush. The little brush looks just like a Barbie brush, so I lost it years ago. You can buy a replacement, I just haven't. So I'm just going to put the second one in here. That is it so far. I'm just going to give this one more spin. Let me add a little bit more oil. That's the great thing about not measuring. You can just eye it up and see if it looks like it needs to be changed at all. You can also put your salt and pepper in here, change things up a little bit. I did not save any for the garnish. I probably should have, but life will go on, right? It's just us. So let me check this. Usually the second side gets done a teensy bit faster. So this is going to be done in just a second. I'm going to turn this off. I have 1 minute on our quick cooker meal. So what we're going to do to get this ready, and how quickly did this thing pull together, right? So this just turned off. So what I'm going to do is turn it so that when I vent it, it's not going to go into my cupboards, okay? So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a turn here. Oh, and the popsicles are done too. Hot dog, everything's ready at once. So I'm just going to press cancel there and start releasing the pressure. I always ask everybody if they want a free facial. You know, if you can't afford to get to the spa, just stand in the steam when it's coming out of there. You might smell a little like pasta or whatever you're making, but it's totally cool, right? So okay, I'll get that ready to show you in just a second. First things first, I have a jar of these tomatoes. You can also buy them in like a baggie. They're in the produce section, but get the sun-dried julienne cut tomatoes. We have those. I just dumped those in the bowl. This is the large entertaining bowl. One of my absolute faves. It is so beautiful. You can throw it in the microwave or in the oven. If you warm it up, you can just be sitting around with your friends while you're entertaining, and everybody can just be eating out of it, and it's like never going to get cold. So even if you don't heat it up, it's going to keep your food warm for about 45 minutes, right? And because this is a piece of stoneware, you would probably think, I have to just clean it with water with the little scrapey just like the other ones. Wrong, because this is glazed on the inside and out. You can put this in your dishwasher or in your dish soap. So I know that is super exciting. I'm just going to grab our chicken here. Now, before I pull the pasta out, I need to show you, because this is another one of my favorite things. These are the salad choppers, okay? So they have the 2 blades, and now you would probably think you should hold it kind of like a shovel, like this. It's actually easier if you do it like this. So we're just going to dig right in there, and it's going to shred. So of course you can use it for your salads because it's in the name, right? But I think they need to rename it and call it something different, because these are great for shredding your pulled pork, your chickens, your roasts, anything seriously that you can think of. When I even throw veggies in, say for chicken fajitas or something, I don't even chop them all the way down. I just put them like in quarters, cook them, and then I just chop them like this later on. So check that out. It's going to be, now I haven't dug all the way through that, but look how fine you can get that. And it's also a great stress reliever. So if you've had a hard day, you can just go through and do it like that. So I didn't have to chop up my chicken, but for this recipe, sometimes I like to, just because I can grab a little bit on every bite and with the bow ties. So that is all set. Let me take the lid off of this. Whew. And I just had those hot pads. So what we're we're gonna do here, our pasta is completely cooked. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a fluff here. Dump it on top, and this is a little warm, so you do have to be careful. Whew. And my glasses are steaming, so yay, all the way around. I don't know why I didn't think of the towel at the very beginning. So we'll just pour this right on top. The towel seems to make a lot more sense, or if you have our oven mitts, that would protect you from scalding. Pour this right on top. Okay. And now we can just add our pesto. Like I said, you can add your walnuts, pine nuts, add whatever kind of nuts make you happy. Just throw them right on top here. I'm not going to add my chicken right now. That way, in case some members of my family don't want it in there, they don't have to have it. But it will be an option for them. We also like to do our chicken up like that. So if you're a batch cooker like what I am, I like to cook for the week a lot on Sundays or Saturdays. So I'll grill a whole bunch of chicken up, and then you can use it as either as a main dish, or you can put it in your salads. You can use it like we're going to tonight for the pasta. Gosh, you can just do anything with it. So I'm just going to mix this up here. I'll put a little bit of that chicken on top so you can get the look. And of course, put a little bit more of this fresh Parmesan cheese on. If I had some other stuff to garnish, I totally could put that on too. But look at that. How easy was that to pull together? And it's going to taste amazing. So if you have house guests coming over, you need to make this for them, because they're going to be drooling and they're going to think that you are the best cook ever. And we didn't even sweat a lick, right? So let me put this off to the side. And let's get to these popsicles. Then I have some other exciting things to share with you. So you need to use this key. And what it does is when you put it on there, it's just going to kind of grip a hold of the popsicle sticks, which, P.S., are not wooden. I hate wooden popsicle sticks. They're so gross. But when you feel, you just turn, and when you feel it pop, it means that it's done. Check that out. I went to the grocery store and I meant to get the pricing for pudding pops to see what they are these days. I totally forgot. But I'm thinking they're at least somewhere between $3 and $5 for a box. And what did this cost me? Probably $2. So it was $1 for the box of pudding mix, and maybe $1 of my three cups of milk. That's it. But look how easy. So if you are like me, how easy, right? So what I will do is I'll make a couple batches of these up. I'm getting all tongue-tied. I'll wrap them in parchment paper, throw them in the freezer, in freezer bags, so that way anytime somebody wants one, they can just do it and we don't have to keep making them every night. But when I do wash this, I throw it right back in the freezer, that way it's ready for any given moment, because who in the world doesn't want popsicles, right? So let me just, this one just needs one more pop, and you can tell when it's ready because it just kind of makes a sound. I'm just going to put this back in the freezer. So, I have to tell you, sorry to get my chicken out of the way. So, I had to tell you about some of these different things because I am so excited. So, if you have ever thought about being a consultant, or maybe you have not, and you're like, oh my gosh, this girl's got it down. So listen to what I have to say. So I did tell you at the beginning, my name is Vanessa. I've been with Pampered Chef now for over 8.5 years. And when I joined, I never ever thought that I would still be here. So I seriously just joined because I needed to put a new roof on our house. So, and then our first winter electric bill came at our new place, and we're like, things were getting a little dicey. So I needed some extra money, and I knew that I didn't want to go into retail or anything like that because I love shopping. I hate getting paid for minimum wage. So my time is very important. I've got 2 kiddos. Now they are, my gosh, it changes every year. So almost 18 and 14. So they are very involved in different sports and different things like that. So this entire time I've needed something that would be flexible so that I could be with them in their events and make my own hours and make the money that I wanted. So this has been way more than I ever dreamed it would be. I have earned tons of different trips. I have been able to pay off that roof, yeehaw, and my kitchen is completely full of amazing products. So check out some of these kits. So they just redesigned them, and we have 3 different kits that are available, right? And if you host a party, you can get a kit credit. So you can either use $25 or $50 instead of getting free products from hosting your party, and you can use that towards one of these amazing kits. Amazing, right? So here's what you get. So we have the starter kit, $99. So maybe you're the person who already has everything, right? So that's okay, we have those, but there's always new things. So for $99, I just want to show you some of the things that you're going to get. So this quick slice, I did not use it tonight, one of my favorite things. I use this for salads all the time. You can use it for bologna and cheese, different things like that. It has all these blades going to cut your things super duper evenly. This is $37, so we'll just round up to 40 because that's just easier, okay? So we're about $60 away from the $99 that it costs to join, right? Then we have the garlic press, that's $19, so we'll just say another 20. So that's 40, 60. So $40 away, right? But one of the other hot items that it comes with is this everyday rock crock. So you can use this on every heating source known to man. It goes in your microwave, on top of your stove, under the broiler, in your oven. We have a slow cooker stand that it goes in. It can go on your grill. It is safe up to 700 and something degrees. It's absolutely crazy. But this is valued at $119. But guess what? It's included in that $99 kit. So for $99, you are going to get over $400 worth of products. Amazing, right? And everything that you have here is going to stock your kitchen. You're also going to have great things that you can use to either be a virtual consultant. A lot of my team members just do this like this. They cook from their own homes. They do it right on Facebook or another form on social media. And that's it. So they're cooking in these things. I'm, of course, cooking in them. But wait, maybe you're saying, but I want a little bit more, right? So you're still going to get these 2 things. These do change. Now I'm not showing you everything. But now, instead of the everyday rock crock, now you're going to get the Dutch oven. So this is 4 quarts. The other one is 2.5. Does all of the same amazing things. This one is normally marked at $139. The kit that it comes in, the deluxe kit, is $159. No brainer, right? So the deluxe kit has over $700 worth of products in. Oh my word. But maybe you're saying, oh, but I really, really, really want this quick cooker. So if that is you, then we need to talk about the ultimate kit, because for the first time ever, this quick cooker, the pressure cooker that we used here for the pasta, is featured in the ultimate kit. So the ultimate kit comes with these things that we've already seen. It also comes with that quick cooker, which normally costs $285 with the accessories, and has over $1,100 worth of products in. So you're gonna be like, holy smokes, it's seriously like Christmas when it comes. So perhaps you never logged on here thinking that you were coming for a business or a different opportunity or whatnot. That was me. I had no idea what it was going to be, but I've made so many friends. I've gone on amazing trips. I've been able to offer my family opportunities that we would have never had. And I've just made so many friends with different hosts, guests, and different consultants. It's been such a blessing to me. So if it's anything you've ever thought of, we need to chat, okay? So that is about it on that for you. But I also want to remember about our host specials and guest specials. So every month for guests, we have a special. When you spend a certain amount, you're going to get something for free. And also for hosts. So our host rewards are pretty amazing. So when you host, you can earn up to 5 half-priced items. We always have a 60% off special that the company either will set up, or they'll give you the option of picking something for free. And then you can earn your products too. So hosts never pay full price for anything. It's a really awesome gig. So if your wish list is as long as your leg or longer, maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I can't choose, I have to have it all. We need to chat about either talk about you hosting, or just join my team. We'll have a fantastic time together. So I think that we are just about out of time, but I hope that you enjoyed what I showed off tonight, and I hope you learned a little bit of something too. So if you have questions, please feel free to comment, message me, or whatever, and I will answer you just as soon as I can. So with that, I wish you a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.